We need to start to create where it is that we want to be. Otherwise, your brain doesn't know what you want. It doesn't know where we're going, and it doesn't want to go to an unknown place. Our brain is terrified of the unknown.
Okay.
It will not go there. Our brain usually will look to the past to predict the future.
Mm-hmm.
But when we create a future self, we're creating a target for ourselves, for our brain. That's where we
Mm-hmm.
want to go rather than just repeating the past.
Right.
So tell me, how old are you now, Tiffany?
I'm
Okay,
49.
you're 49. When you are 55, so in about 6 years from now, what do you want to be different? What will you have hoped that you have all figured out? It's not such a big deal
I
anymore.
want I want food to not be an issue. I want to be a healthy person. I want
Okay, if
to
food, just a minute, pause there
Mhm.
for a second. If
Yes,
food's
okay.
not an issue, if food is not an issue, then what is it?
It's fuel. It's not a focus of my life. It's just a fuel to survive.
So that is where we start. Now we're telling our brain what it is, not what it isn't, because our brain doesn't do well with isn't. It
Okay.
does really well with what it is. Food is fuel. Food is what I use to fuel my body so I can live. That's one focus. Okay, keep going. What else is different?
I I feel good in my own skin. I have energy. I'm able to play with my kids. I don't just want to lay on the couch and sleep all day because I'm exhausted.
Mhm.
I see a lot of don'ts again.
It's okay.
Um, but
So if you weren't laying on the couch because you're tired, what would you be
mm,
doing? What would you have energy for?
I would have energy to take walks and go for bike rides and um, do fun things, go to Kings Island with my kids, be fun, have joy,
Mhm.
smile. I have so many areas of my life currently that I feel are phenomenal and great, but this has had such a hold on me for so many years that I see in my future it's not going to be an issue. I'm not going to waste so much of my brain power and time and thoughts on my weight and food.
Um, and it's that. What other areas of your life do you feel are going really well? Give me an example.
Um, my faith, I have a very strong relationship with Jesus, my
Mhm.
friendships. I do as much as I can to help other people in church and throughout. I feel like I'm a great mom. I homeschool and, I have a great relationship with my kids and my husband. Um, those are areas that are really, really important to me. And I think that they are going well.
Mhm.
But I feel like so much of my time and energy is wasted on, not wasted, but on trying to get my health in a better place because of my weight and my food addictions and all of that. I just don't want it to consume so much of my mental time and energy.
Yeah. But just
Yeah.
notice, I just want to, your brain, our brains are hardwired to focus in on the problem, which is really helpful for us, except that when we're focused in on the problem, we tend to minimize everything else
Mhm.
because our brain's focused in on what is wrong. We have to fix this because this is the thing
Ex-
that's threatening our survival.
yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah. And so this is the part where we have to supervise our brain. And I just want you to notice this beautiful story that you just told me. I don't know even I wonder if you notice how beautiful it is. You have this relationship with your children and with your spouse and with God that you've paid the price for. Like you don't feel successful at homeschool without paying a price and really focusing in on, figuring out what works for you and your family and implementing it, right?
Yeah. Yes. That's been a long process.
It's been a long process that you were committed to. You paid the price to do that.
Yes.
Yeah. So why did you pay the price to do that?
because it was worth it. My kids and our relationship and what they get out of it is so important.
And you didn't get there because you're thinking, I got to make my kids learn because if they don't learn, then I'll be a bad parent. No, you were focused in on loving your kids.
Right.
Yeah. And you love how you show up in your relationships with your friends because you say, I like to show up for people.
Hmm.
I like to serve people. You said that.
That's
I like to
true.
help people. Yeah. But
Hmm.
it doesn't always feel good to help others. I mean, sometimes it's a bit of a drag. Like we don't, there's, I guess I should say there's things involved that aren't so fun, but we like our reasons for doing it. I should say that
Right.
when it
Right.
comes to helping other people. So what I want you to do is I want you to notice that all the things that are going well in your life are going well because you're motivated with love.
So why is it so hard to feel that with myself?
Because you haven't applied the love concept to yourself.
Hmm.
What you've been saying is as soon as I am where I want to be, then I'll actually really love myself. And what I'm saying now is let's create the future self and with love move towards it.
Okay.
Even even if it takes a little time. So
Okay.
um
I think that's a big part of it is when I lost the weight, I lost the 30 pounds in 3 months.
yeah,
So it
that's really
was
quick.
so fast that
Mhm.
I think that I keep having more difficulty because it's not happening fast. And then I get more discouraged and it's an evil.
Well, even so answer this with whatever comes to mind first. Why would we need to lose it fast? What are we anxious to feel?
I'm so tired of feeling like this and looking like this. I'm just disgusted with myself.
Yeah, we're so tired of feeling tired and disgusted. So we feel a little desperate.
Yeah, desperate is a perfect explanation. Yes.
Yeah. So you've been using desperation to motivate you in this part of your life, which is why it feels terrible,
Yes.
which is why it hasn't been sustainable. And so I want you to replace that with love. Like even with God, we don't approach your relationship with God is great because you don't approach it with what are you going to give to me, God? I'm going to show up if you give to me. No, you show up in worship and in love because of all that you've noticed that he's all that you can see and feel and notice, and you just show up, right?
Yes.
Because of that love. That's what you're motivated for. And what I want you to see is that somehow you've held yourself outside being motivated by love, which makes sense. It's okay. We've been actually programmed for this because we've been taught as women that we don't get to feel loved and accepted unless we look a certain way.
Hmm.
We've really been taught this. And so it's, I will tell you, in a theological standpoint, I actually believe that this is a tool of the adversary to get us to reject our bodies. And
That makes
so
sense.
yeah, and because he doesn't have a body,
Right.
he doesn't have one. So of course he'd want us to be at war with our bodies. What better way to wreak havoc in someone's life? And so if we just decide, I refuse to use low frequency vibrations, tools of the devil, to motivate me in this life anymore. I am not desperate to go where I want to go because I am completely love and accept my body now, even when she's not the way I would prefer her to be. I'm able to show up for my children, for my husband, for my God, for other people because of my body. If it were not for your body, none of this would be available to you right now in this life.
True.
And so you start right there. That's right there. Full gratitude for this body, whether she's the weight that I prefer, whether she's 30 pounds, 60 pounds heavier, whatever. I love her now. She's fulfilling the measure of her creation in every moment. Every joy I experience in this life, even the struggles that teach me that God turns for my good, is available because of this gift that I have, which is my body. And I refuse to try to change her from desperation. No, I will change her from love. Even if I never lost another pound, I no longer will withhold any love for her. And that's
Wow.
where we want to be, right there, right there. And then it opens up. And then you're willing to pay, some uncomfortable sacrifices here or there, feel some discomfort of some urges, but it's motivated by love, not desperation.
That would be a huge difference.
Yeah. So when you think of your future self, it's, and put this in Tiffany words, but I'm kind of taking what you've told me and putting them in Carrie words, but I want you to change them to be in words that
Okay.
sound like your voice.
Okay.
I'm all in my body. She's made everything possible for me that's been good in my life. She's a gift from God. I am all in on her. I love her completely and fully. I want to fuel her with love from each moment to each moment. I will listen to her when she's hungry and when she's satisfied. I'm willing to feel some uncomfortable urges from my lower brain. I am all in on this body. I love her completely. I go on bike rides, I go on walks to celebrate that I can move in her. These are the types of things you want to write about, and then you go do them. Even if you are tired and take a rest on the couch, you lay there in gratitude and thank your body. And we're going to rest, and then we're going to get up and we're going to continue on. All in on your body right now.
That sounds loving and peaceful and hopeful.
Yeah. So right after we're done coaching here, write out that vision of your future self. And then I want you to write that and feel that every day. Make a copy of it, put it where you can see it, memorize it like you would a scripture and say it to
Okay.
yourself every day. Okay. Integrate this. You're programming your brain as to who you are and how you relate to your body.
Okay.
This is where we start right here. We're not in a hurry. This is the work that God has given you to do with your body right now. It's not, it isn't, it does, this work doesn't exist for you to do because of anything you've done wrong. It exists for you, for your benefit and your growth. Nothing's gone wrong in the past. It's all been an excellent teacher for everything that's to come.
Okay.
But you are committed to no longer be desperate to love your body. You're going to do it right now.
Okay.
Okay. And
Thank you so much for the hope.
yeah, that changes everything. That right there, that's where everything changes. Okay.
I believe that.
Now
Thank you
your
so
body,
much.
now your brain knows where we're going. Oh, and we practice it every day and we start doing the things that that person does every day because that feels like love and that feels good. And then a month goes by and 2 months go by and you look around and you're like, I'm different because I'm just being who I want to become. And it all becomes from that moment where you commit to love and not to those low frequency, self rejection, deprecating type emotions. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.